All right. Hi, Warren. Thank you for accepting our interview invitation. Before we start, how was your day today, Warren?
First of all, good morning to Maridet, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Right now I'm feeling a bit on edge, but I know I can pull it off. Yeah, I'm doing good. And how about you, mom?
I'm good. I'm okay. Thank you for asking. And
All
yes,
right.
again, yes, I'm Mary Death, as you can see on the screen, and I will be your interviewer for today. And Warren, we are looking for a virtual assistant who would help us organize files, send emails, and help us coordinate and solve client concerns. There will also be a few social media management roles, but you will be assisted and trained for by our marketing department. We've actually reviewed your resume already, Warren, but we would love to hear more about you. So can you please tell us more about yourself, please?
Okay, again, I am Warren Barakia, and I would like also to mention my gratitude for giving me this opportunity to have this virtual interview with you. And I am a fresh graduate, college graduate, but I started working as a virtual assistant before I graduated at college. I believe that I have this skill set that will match your job description and requirements. So and I believe that I can highly perform in that role. I have this experience also working with people. Since way back in college, I joined several organizations where I developed my interpersonal skills, and I also joined a general virtual training initiated by our government. And I have this creativity also that will help your business grow. And We're providing a service to your customers and to you as my customer, future customer. And as outside of my work, I usually do a light physical activities like jogging or walking. And also, I am a positive person that embrace changes, and I always take responsibility in order to manage my own personal and career development.
All right, that's very interesting. All right, so you have been a freelancer for quite some time now. As what you said, you have been a freelancer way back before finishing college, but we would like to know what made you decide to become a freelancer.
I decided a freelancer first of all because of our situation with the pandemic. That's why I started working because uh, 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 I believe that I need to gain more experience, and since college is not just it's more on theoretical activities. It's not really, though you practice your skills, but I really want to gain experience. That's why I decided to join a freelance since I find it more, what you call this, convenient and easy. And also I can see myself growing in this career, and I find potential in this industry where I can practice more or hone more what I have learned from my college days. And yeah, way back to what I have mentioned, it is more easier now since we have our situation with the pandemic. Given that I am also an asthmatic person, it's more easy for me to work in close to my family, and also avoid the social interactions, physical social interactions. So that's why I decided to what you call this, to get this, or to be a freelancer.
All right, that's very interesting. Since you are now a freelancer or you have been a freelancer for some time now, may we know what is your freelancer service specialization and why were you interested in that certain niche?
Oh yeah, my first actually experience with virtual assistant, I used to manage a social media platform of my client. It is a where I post daily contents of our of his upcoming courses since it's an IT school. So what he tasked me to do is to post first is to edit a flyer, which is also a part of my service, giving graphic services like editing videos and layouting poster or flyers. So that's my first assignment, social to manage his the social media platform, the Facebook page of the company and also the Instagram. So I post there updates of our upcoming courses. And next thing is my niche is also administrative role. I do email management. After I experienced the social media manager, I was transferred by my client to my to email management where I respond to the emails or inquiries of the potential customers. And also I do calls, inbound and outbound calls. So that's my, I think my specialization, which can positively contribute in your company if I will be able to be part of your team.
All right, that's very interesting, Warren, and you have quite an experience there. All right, may we know more, or can you tell us more about your strengths and weaknesses, please?
Okay, so my strength is include my ability to learn quickly and to adapt easily in a certain changes. The fact that I have the experience as a virtual assistant, I believe that I can contribute beneficially in your company and I can provide the best for you and for the customers. And also given that I see I see changes as a positive thing. Um, I know I can embrace it and for the better good of the goals of the company. So that's my strength.
I see. How about your weakness?
Oh, my weakness, well, I one of my weakness that I can share is that I'm a bit of perfectionist, though because it consumes me a lot of time sometimes to do a certain task, and it it is not really helpful sometimes because sometimes the client have a rush task that I need to finish, and sometimes I am anxious if I do it right, so I really need to double check it for a multiple time and before I can send it. And another thing is I'm not that really confident in my verbal communication. So I have some problem in maintaining and building a conversation with someone. But then, like I've mentioned earlier, that I've joined several organizations because it's my also my purpose to develop this weakness that I consider, which is verbal communication. So because before um I usually prefer to write my thoughts so I can express it in a written way because I find it more comfortable in giving message because it gives me comfort that I give it correctly. So, but then if there's a opportunity that will arise in this area, I am very since I am very keen on improving my this weakness. So I would love to grab that as an opportunity to hone this weakness.
Okay. All right. Good to hear. All right. How about feedback? How do you take negative feedback?
Um, Negative feedback. Mm, For me, I'd say in life, all of us, we experience to receive criticisms since it's a part of it's a part of being in a society where we have these rules and we have these norms that we need to conform to the best of our ability. So for me, I take this negative feedback as well, first is to uh, filter it because not all of negative feedback is really a negative feedback. So I also take it as I choose those feedback that will really help me to improve. um I take it some of it will I will take it as a constructive criticism. So what I did is uh to reevaluate myself. So it's a way to reevaluate myself by accepting negative feedback in a beneficial way. And also since we're also people, some of us don't really like us, so they really talk. They would really love to give feedback that were intentional to personally attack us. So what I did for that is to ignore it in order to unload myself from emotional stress or mental stress. So that's how I take negative feedback. I take it as a I take it as a constructive criticism, and at the same time, I filter it before I reevaluate myself. I integrate it into myself to improve more and to be more effective.
Okay, that's good to hear. All right, how about working with groups or teams? Are you a team player? Can you work with teams or you prefer working alone?
For me, I can do both. I can be a team player, and I can also be a leader. And to choose to the option, I would prefer to work alone because what you call this? Um just give me a second.
Mm-mm, okay.
Let me think. To working alone, I find it peace when working alone. There's no what you call this a disturbance out external disturbance, because there's sometimes I have this mood that I don't want to interact with other people. And I find it more beneficial for me since I can focus more on the task. And given that I also have this experience working with different people way back in college in our organizations, I can perform comfortably also working with team environment. But uh, but since just like I mentioned, it's more convenient to me to working alone, because sometimes working with other people needs some time to adjust with the since we have these different personalities, we have these different ethics or work ethics. So sometimes misunderstanding will arise, and I know it's normal and it's beyond our control. So, but then fixing something like confrontation, it's emotionally draining for me, and it's time consuming. So that's why I choose to work alone also. So that's my take on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Ab-
Okay. Okay, no worries. Yeah, as what I've said, it's a lot actually a lot better if you can work with teams as what I've said, you will be coordinating with different types of team
Mhm.
per project to get the assets for each or for the completion of the social media management task. All right.
Yes.
Mm,
I actually I understand that part since it's a company, so it
mm,
consists really of a lot of people, a lot of different skill sets, so that needs to build the workflow. So that's but like I said, I'm also comfortable working with these people. I can manage myself to adjust, so
mm,
I don't have that really huge
mm, mm.
problem working with them. So
Okay,
yeah.
that's a good thing to hear. All right, let's now hop on to your long-term goals. So since you have been a freelancer for quite some time, may I know what is your long-term goal now as a freelancer?
Okay. For my long-term goal, my long-term goal as a freelancer is to achieve a good position in a company where I can continuously build my career and develop my skills, and also to help that organization to attain their goals in the long run. And part of my goal also is to gain advancement in my current skills, wherein it is very what you call this helpful in order for me to be part of a company, and for them to see me as a trusted and reliable and productive member of that certain company.
Okay. All right, that's a good thing to hear. All right, Warren, let's now hop onto the project itself. So this project requires for you to work 40 hours per week. Are you available? What's your schedule like? And can you work on a Pacific time zone since we are based in California?
All right. So for that, I can, since I am a current part-time, I only work 4 hours,
Mm-mm,
and and from that I can accept. And there's a lot for me. I mean, there's a lot of vacant time for me, so I can
mm-mm,
accept other projects. And
mm-mm,
regarding the time zone, I don't have any problem with it. I
mm-mm,
can work graveyard. I can also work uh morning or
mm-mm,
evening, as long as I can. I know how can I know I can manage myself. I
mm-mm.
can manage my time.
Okay.
So yes, I can accept any projects. I can work 40 hours as
Mm-mm,
per requirement of your of the role that you are
mm-mm.
um looking for.
All right. How about the fee range? What is your service fee range for this project requirement?
Okay, as a what you call this? For my range, or like basic rate as a
Mm-mm,
virtual assistant, I charge $9 per hour. It includes the services like general virtual assistants, graphic services, and also social media management. And for my standard rate, I charge $10 also for that. It would be
mm-mm,
only 4 hours,
mm-mm.
and
Okay.
for my premium, it's also $10, and it
Mm-mm,
includes the services that I've mentioned, and
mm-mm,
it's good for 40 hours in a
mm-mm.
week.
I see. Okay, that's a good thing to hear. Anyways, you will be discussing more about, or we will be discussing more about the service fee range once you get shortlisted for the role. All right, we're actually
All right.
done, Warren. Do you have any questions about the project or to me?
Okay, for my question is first is what would you like me to focus in the first 30 days of starting? And second is what are may I know more about the skills and requirements that you need for this position,
All right,
or
yes.
as an position or ideal candidate,
All right.
like
For
that?
the ideal candidate, we would really want someone who would be very supportive of the systems that we have, specifically a very dedicated, motivated admin who would be able to really work passionately all throughout the whole duration of and also the whole duration and may it be someone also who is very adaptable and very much into challenges at work as of course there will be times where there will be challenges at work, someone who's very competitive also, and of course someone um who is very willing to really stay with the team, stay with the company for a long time, as this is a long-term position. All right. All right. So I hope you've
Okay.
yeah, go ahead. Mhm.
Yeah, that's all for me for now. And thank you so much for this opportunity again to have this virtual discussion. So I will be able to introduce myself and also to know more about me. Yeah,
All
thank you
right.
so much.
Thank you too, Warren. And yeah, thank you very much again for your time. And yes, as of now, Warren, we are still interviewing a pool of virtual assistants for the position. So we would like to advise you to please keep your lines open so you would if we would have the final list of shortlisted applicants for the role, you would be able to respond to us as soon as possible, as this position is really very urgent. So we are just waiting for the go signal from the CEOs and the managers. All right. So thank you very
All right.
much for your time, Warren, and good luck on your job hunting. Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day too. Thank you.